once things start getting heated, you get so like full in your mind. It just takes a little bit of like mindfulness, like breathe in, recognize where you are right now.
Usually during debates like that, I try to keep an open mind, and I'm like, all right, they're coming from like a different background, different experiences. See if like there's any commonalities we can find between us.
Considering like the other person's feelings and like putting myself into their shoes, understanding that they're feeling the same way I'm feeling and trying to like neutralize that.
I want to make sure that they also feel like they're being heard, even though I disagree with them or they disagree with me. So I think just one thing is having empathy.
When people are nervous about certain topics being taught in school, it's often just because they don't understand that topic themselves. And I think like not assuming that people's negative reactions are harmful. It might be because they don't have the information. And
kind of remembering that like this person may think this way, but that doesn't necessarily always reflect on who they are. And then also like humanize them. They're still a person, even if I don't agree with them. Having political discussions is important, but you can't have them if there's not kind of like an atmosphere of respect for everybody.
Making it an open and welcome space to be able to share your opinions.
I think it's important to give space for everyone to speak, just encouraging an open discussion rather than probably faculty putting their own beliefs and values onto the students.
They should hold a neutral attitude and hold an open attitude to the students' opinions.
Let us know that like your feelings are valid no matter what side you're leaning towards, even if you're undecided where you're at in politics.
There's people on both sides for very different reasons, but it doesn't mean anybody on either side should feel shamed in a public space.
I think they could do a good job of just being that moderator and should not like lean towards a specific side, so then everyone feels kind of like they have a voice.
If they're going to bring up a political discussion, they should be prepared to be a moderator and ensure that there's nothing hateful being said and that it's not attacks on people, but critiques on politics and policies.
Thinking of it more as like a discussion rather than a debate and doesn't feel like attacked, like one side's going to win versus the other.
Faculty, they should always keep an open mind, allow the sides, especially even if the issue is a bit controversial, but have it like in a very calm, reasonable manner.
Making sure people understand that you still have to respect each other and approach each other with questions and curiosity and not with negative emotions.
My program's all about empathy and understanding, so I think our professors model that really well, and they show that you can disagree with people and still have a connection with them and still be respectful towards them. By modeling that, that's helped me.
as long as we talk about things respectfully and like are willing to bridge gaps in understanding, we can all come to a similar place of learning.
You should know students come from all over the world to learn at our university, so I think it's important for them to get to know students that maybe English isn't their first language.
Students are very aware that political discussions can get pretty heated. If you do need to diffuse it, finding where to pull away from that, like what you can take out of that conversation that's already happened and then form another discussion stemming from that. Like that pushes away from politics.
No matter what class you're teaching, it's kind of important for you to speak up on certain issues if you know that there are certain tensions.
If you don't acknowledge what's going on in other places, that when you have students in your classroom, but also when you don't, it kind of shows that you don't care what's going on anywhere other than here.
When you can see it affecting your students, you maybe see them like looking a little uneasy in their seats, or you see people not doing well, then it is important, as much as you may not feel it's important to your class or your curriculum, to say something, because your students are still people and you want to connect.
Don't discourage political discussion if it's, relevant to a certain topic. But if it gets to the point where it just is reiterating, rhetoric, then there's no grounds for like growth. There's no knowledge being gained.
We all are more well-rounded professionals. We're better educators, better students when we know what's going on everywhere.
I think the best thing they can do is just encourage young people to vote, encourage their students to vote, and participate in democracy.